Hello all, this is my 2013 Wrangler. I am going to be changing a leaking fuel line on it. It's underneath the air manifold. I've never done this before. I am not a mechanic, so we'll see what happens here. I've seen videos, I've read about it on Jeep Forum. Supposedly an hour job. It would probably take me 2. I'm not sure what my cuss factor will be, but we'll see. So the tools I apparently need are a few size socket wrenches here. So I have a 10 millimeter and an 8 millimeter. Broke out the regular screwdriver and Phillips just in case. And I bought these fuel line disconnects from Harbor Freight, a set of them. It was about $16, $17 or so. So here we go. So as you can see, I've chosen to pop my hood all the way up there to give myself plenty of room, protecting the hood and the paint on the top above the windshield with some crappy towels. So the first step is to take this protective plate off. That popped off pretty easy. I just pulled on it, just kind of snaps in. And if you take a look underneath my air manifold there, I don't know how you can see that, but you see that elbow right there? Whoa, that's a sucker that's leaking, and that's the line we need to change. That's this bad boy right there. Now, in order to get to this hose, I'm going to have to pop this air manifold off there. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff connected to it. Well, I'll start by yanking those out, and I'll get to those screws. Hopefully, the information on the internet was correct about the size of the bolts on there. We'll see. So when examining, I did have to pull this air intake hose on here because this intake housing, I'm not sure if that's what it's called or not, has these bolts right here. There are 4 of them around it, so I did grab a wrench here so I can get to it at the right angle. It is the 8 millimeter. Here we go. So I just ended up taking off this entire air intake hose, a couple of 10 mil bolts. Got to pull the hose, radiator line, those little clips there. There's an electrical connection on there. Just be careful with all your electrical connections. Don't bust the tab off. Real delicate. And as you can see, now I got pretty good access to those 4 screws, those 4 bolts. Okay, that sucker's off, just kind of hanging there loose. I'm gonna go around and figure out what bolts I need to pop this sucker off. All right, as you can see, I got some bolts down there that are popped up. Biggest pain was the one kind of behind this, kind of close to the firewall there, but I was able to get to it eventually. Now I'm gonna work on these bolts, like 4 of them. Yeah, there you go, under the wires. Look like 10s. See how it goes. Well, all 4 bolts are out, but I only have 3 because I dropped one because of Murphy's Law, and I'm an idiot. So hopefully when I pop this bad boy off, I can find it. All right, you see there's 2 bolts right there in that bracket? I think those are the last ones I have to undo. Those are 10 mil. I'll pop those off, and I think this whole manifold is going to come off. Somehow it's off. All my gaskets are intact. Wow. Biggest headache, folks, was just getting around this bracket right here. Oh great, I dropped my wrench in there. And I could not get this connector undone, so I don't want to break it. So I just kind of pried it, popped the screws off in the back of this, bolts off in the back of this bracket. But I didn't totally disconnect these hoses. Hoses are rigid. I don't want to pull on them too hard. They look important. They might break. So now, looks like I have access to this line here. Here we go. So, yank that little clip back just with a little screwdriver and gently pulled on it. I know I've read some stuff about people breaking that, but let's see. The hose I have has that clip on there, so. But either way, it didn't break. Now, the real painful part is that this hose, where I gotta use that quick disconnect tool, is way down there. So it's gonna be interesting how I'm gonna access that. It's maybe about just past hand reach, definitely past sight reach. Yeah, I didn't mention there's another clip in there, this white clip. Sorry, I'm learning as I'm going too. So of stuck a screwdriver in there and popped it loose. This doesn't exactly just pull off, so maybe I need that quick disconnect tool. So apologies folks, I just kind of pried it off, hammered it off with a screwdriver in my palm, and it got the line disconnected. I put it in this position so it's not leaking gas everywhere. That side is free. Definitely gonna need the disconnect tool and some creativity for this other side. Okay, I had to get the old step stool out to access this thing. Like I said, I'm gonna go back there a little bit down. It's gonna be a lot of feel. There's a big old cable in the way too that I can barely shove out of the way. So we'll see. Hallelujah, that thing is off of there. That took some work. Tough getting my hand back there, getting the clip on. This is the 5/16 tool, so you don't have to get the whole kit. You get something like this, something similar. Little clue, don't take the rubber band off. That kind of holds it together. But now, I'm ready to put the new guy on. I kind of clipped him on one side. I didn't push the clips in all the way, just to keep the gas from leaking out. And now I'm ready to shove that disconnect on, quick disconnect on, and clip everything in. Let's see what happens. All right, as far as I know, it's all put back together, other than that protective plate right there, because I want to see what happens when this thing starts up and make sure that there is no leak at that elbow. Okay, she's a runner. No leak. I don't smell any gas. Anything I may have spilled earlier has since evaporated. It's stinking hot out here. Took me a while. It was about a 10 out of 10 on my suck meter just because of my unfamiliarity with that tool and having to reach back to that gas line to do the quick disconnect. There it is. Hopefully next time, hopefully it won't be next time, but hopefully it helps you guys out. It takes you a shorter amount of time. Good luck.